in my opinion, there's almost like they're almost two companies in the same. It's still technology. They still have abilities to do great things. At the end of the day, though, there's going to be more and more companies that'll do the same thing as them, and it's going to become irrelevant, especially with China working on these chips that are going to be able to compute with using light and fiber optic technology. That's gonna change the game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I think we're going to see it where all these massive data centers are pointless.
Yeah,
They're really quite pointless because we all are the data center
yeah,
that they're wanting to have data from. We're the producers of the data. So if we're the producers of the data, and these computer chips are going to make it possible where we can the data, right? Network the printing presses between each other, even to a greater degree without relying on data centers. We essentially do the same thing that the US Postal Service did to books: decentralize knowledge.
yeah,
And perfect. Thank you, China. I like you a lot.
yeah, yeah. And I think too, a lot of people don't really understand the optics behind China. Like
No.
there's some great things about the way that country is ran. There's some bad things too, but I mean, power can be used for good and evil, and that's just the way it's kind of gone.
Yep. Oh yeah,
AI
there's
can be
just
used.
the same way that we have propaganda about our government.
Oh yeah.
The media has just as much propaganda about the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it just going to be the two of us today? I think because Audrey Lynn basically said we'll meet either before or after market analysis today.
It looks like she's just connecting now. Hey,
Darn, there she is.
can you hear us?
Can you
Check
guys
one,
hear me?
two. Barely. You're super quiet.
It's blocked my mic.
Oh, yeah. Is it connecting to your Bluetooth in your vehicle? Check one, two. Can you hear us? Nope.
Oh,
Doesn't seem like she could. Okay.
I'm only able
Well,
to throw my video quality up to 720 when I'm in your room. I think I used to be able to put it up to 1080.
oh, let me just see here. Yeah, I
Hear me
don't
now?
know.
Yeah,
A
we can
little
hear
bit
you.
better. Yeah.
Good. Thanks.
How you doing, Audrey?
As the world turns,
Yep.
more drama.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
He fell last night. That's the drama.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that a cascading drama that went throughout the family?
Well, he fell, and then his caregiver lady was yelling at him and telling him, "Get up! You shouldn't have been. You should have locked your heart." Fuck, he's 80 or 90 years old. Like, come on.
Wow.
Me, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Like I said, the world turns as the world turns.
Wow.
I'm
Yelling.
actually, I'm actually going to. I'm not going to report it, but I phoned Jonendi, and she's going to report the abuse.
She didn't witness it, though. She can't.
Well, she can kind of. We'll see.
Okay. Unless she wanted to say that she was there.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. She says she's going to report it, so that's all right.
It is, yeah, that is borderline abuse, is it not? I don't know, how does that get, where's the line?
Yeah, and then the other abuse is they reviewed the video and said it's nobody's fault. Well, the accident, like in him falling, no, is nobody's fault, but
Right.
her yelling at him and at me because I was going up there to pick him up,
Yeah.
and she yelled at me, "No, don't! He has to get up himself." I'm like,
Whoa.
all right.
Wow.
Anyway, as my world turns until I get out of here.
Man.
So let's get making money.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I have a need, Paul.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. That's, yeah, for sure. Okay, let's go check out things here. Got an all-time high formed up on silver. Oh, let's bring up my Brave browser. There we go. A little bit of a dip on silver. We had the all-time high peak out at $64.65 US. Oh my, basically 64.66. And a drop this morning. Just actually, it started at 8 a.m., where it probably was coinciding with the market open at 7:30. We'll zoom in on the 5-minute chart here. Yep, sure enough. At 7:30 was the first drop, and then had a little bit of a recovery, but then it really started to drop
How do I buy
faster.
some?
Was that?
How do I buy some?
Oh, yeah. How do you buy some? Wait, you can buy some from me, or you can send it straight to my dealer. It doesn't matter to me. If you do it through me, we're gonna put some money in the pocket of the market. But if you want to save a little bit, like 2% or something like that, I'll send you direct.
Okay, and can I just wise it, or do I have to like cash it?
Oh, yeah, you can wise it. It's fine, or you can, or cash, doesn't matter, or you can even crypto it.
So what would I? Okay, so you have a roll or whatever.
Yep, yep.
What would I have to send?
I will get current prices today for you.
Okay, and as soon as I
Yep.
get home, I'll. Because if it dipped, what the hell? Might as well buy.
Yeah. The dip isn't super huge, but I mean, 5% is 5%.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna be going into a grocery store, so I'm out.
Okay.
So I'll
I
talk to
I
you
will
guys later.
text you the price. I'll text you the price as soon as the dealer gets back to me.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah. No problem.
Talk to you later, Corey. Okay.
You bet. Sounds good.
Okay.
Nice.
Gold. Gold was consolidating most of the time here for the last little while. Yesterday, it bumped itself out about 6 o'clock in the morning, broke out to some new highs already today with a little bit of recession that started this morning. It has found and bounced off that previous resistance. So I do expect it to continue, probably going up. US markets pushing up all-time highs again yesterday. Is that yesterday? First thing this morning. Uh, yeah, first thing. Oh no, first thing yesterday morning is when it pushed up, creating new highs, and it is sitting there right now. Crazy. Bitcoin dominance. I like to look at this chart. Gives us an idea of how Bitcoin is trending right now. We can see that over the last day or so, it has been trending up. It still is technically in a downward trend right now. I would say that it's adjusted from here. We'll see how it lasts. We'll see how it performs for the rest of the day. We have a couple trend lines actually. Yeah, this is tough to get perfect because of this banker's candle really is deceiving. But that's not actually a bad for it's not a bad line right there. Now we're just waiting to see where it goes. If it does rise back up and test this line here, I'm going to say that altcoins will be going down for a while longer. If we look at here what's happening with ADA, it actually almost did my squiggly line. I tend to say that at this point, it's a kind of a no-go zone for me. We are going to be in consolidation until we either get above this yellow line or below this other yellow line, S3. Ethereum climbing upwards. It's been stepping up here the last few days since November 20th. But we've got a lot of momentum still showing downward from this other top that we had. So it might take a while for it to recover. However, this is a major support line because it was here. This red zone, this red line here is when they started with ETFs. This is when they started selling ETFs last year. So that being where they are, this dip here, I remember when this happened in April, I was thinking, full well, they started selling here, but they just brought up the market prices and gave the illusion down here because this is where they would have actually put them on chain. They'll sell them at prices before they actually buy the asset so that they can get them on sale. And that there has already happened once. If they do it again, I mean they could. I would venture a guess that they will follow the trend line, not so much this same low down here. So the trend line, if it dips down, it could hit this area here, which has been previously resistance and support. Injective, still downtrending. Doge, also in a downtrend right now. Got some major resistance from this here, and just it's hitting almost. The last time it was like this. Well, there was that bad day where everybody panicked, but April was the last time it was this low. XRP still consolidating after reaching these highs from January. BitTensor at some lows right now. This one is more so, I analyze this one more so for the just to getting a general sense of where AI is, because this is one of the globalist companies that are backing the data centers and the decentralization of AI resources for the Geminis and the Llamas and the Claudes and the Groks.
Chat GPTs.
Yep. Fetch AI, favorite AI project out there right now, just because of the values that they have in people owning their data. Imagine that. They are sitting right now at a major point of support. But with it depends on how things go with the war. If there's a lot of movement towards the Nvidias and the oracles, then we're not going to be seeing bullish movement from here for a while, simply because, well, people are funny. I think what's going to happen, no different than what's happened in the past, and that is they're going to convince people right before the next crisis, like what happened in 2020. We're there, by the way, like any time, any day now. This pattern, triple top with a little extension and then a big dump. Triple top. We're already through the extension. That big drop will happen anytime. That drop will coincide with, just like it did here, money going into tech. I think this drop is going to be on a crisis level. It's going to necessitate people signing up for the not the might be the digital ID, maybe, but I think it's more so going to be the digital currencies. They're going to get people hooked on the currencies because the currencies are what are the token that backs the data. So the data itself is the asset. The tokens are just the representation of the value of the asset. And the stablecoin war is going to be on. So different stable coins are going to be used to determine, okay, what do people like? So it gives people the illusion of choice, so to speak, but they are all fifth generation war bonds. If you ever go watch, it's a good idea. Watch some of the Warner Brothers productions from like the 40s, from the 30s. Go see how they made their cartoons back then. And they were dead set against the war bonds. They were showing people how ridiculous it was and how ludicrous they looked, and how retarded they looked for supporting the war bonds and by investing in them. It's happening again. This time it's going to happen over digital currencies. People are literally going to be buying stable coins to be patriotic and save the economy from the Chinese, who are trying to destroy us with superior technology, right? It's just ridiculous. All of the whole world is basically, think of the whole world as one great big field that a bunch of schools share, but they're like bordered off and stuff like that. There are fences, but they share the whole field. And what happens is that this school over here gets a bully. And the bully in that school convinces everybody in that school that in the same field, just over on the other side of the fence, there's another bully. And it's trying to bully them. And then in that other school where the other bully is, the accused bully, yeah, he's a bully. But he's got all of those students playing on the playground. He has them all convinced that the bully across the way is trying to take everything from them. Yeah, he wants to take over our slide. What are you going to do? Oh, well, you know what? If you all get together and convince each other that I'm the best bully in the whole playground, then I will take a bunch of you, the strongest ones of you, and we'll go over there, over the fence, and we'll make sure to stop them from bullying us.
It's like a group of kids getting together, eh? And they take everybody's lunch money and then they have a buffet with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing. You said a great analogy. Great analogy. Oh, your lunch that your mom packed you? Yeah, that's going to have to go to my team. Because why? Because we got to protect the fence. Don't you want to be safe while you're swinging on the swing? While you're on the teeter-totter? While you're on the merry-go-round? Don't you want to be safe? Yeah, just make sure that everybody knows I'm the best bully and I'm the best one to protect you from the other bully. And it's hilarious because neither of the students, neither one of the students want conflict.
Yeah.
The only ones that want the conflict are the bullies, so that they can maintain power over all of the people who don't want conflict. And it is that ridiculous to look at this world.
Well, for sure. We're seeing kind of the repeat of watching the kings and queens in their castle saying, "Well, we're keeping you safe in our kingdom. You must
Yeah,
you must continue to pay penance to us so that we keep you safe in the city where you have boundaries and brick walls. But
yeah.
you dare must not look over the wall. There's nothing good to see over there."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't look over the wall. Yep. All in our own little worlds. It kind of reminds me of Oblivion with Tom Cruise. The way that they segmented off those different sectors, those different different plots of land, and how everybody thought that where they were was the last place in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they kept everybody in their
Completely
little bubble.
oblivious. Yeah, completely oblivious to other communities all thinking they are all the only places in the world.
Yeah.
It's,
And then
well,
they
yeah, it's
go,
post-apocalyptic and it's the end of the world that's post-apocalyptic. Meanwhile, there's 200 other communities that all think the same thing.
yeah, and then they discover each other, and then they have to be careful because they're just about to go to war with one another. And then finally they
Mhm.
figure things out that they're all being plotted against one another. It's like, well, geez, when have we seen that happen before, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And then, we're going to this market this weekend, and I'm glad. It's going to be great. It's going to be people there, and we're going to create some great connections. I'm excited for that. But it's Jason Levine who is going to be speaking. And he's got an open forum there, which is great. Questions and answers. I don't see anybody else doing that in the political realm. Thank you. That's wonderful. However, imagine that you're on the school ground, right? And you're looking to the porch or you're looking back to the by the door of the school at the supervisors. But the supervisors, not the student supervisors. I like the analogy of the plantation a little bit better because now you got a porch with a slave master, right? And it's hilarious to me whenever I see these events. There's a politician having an open house, got a town hall, come and talk to us, and we'll represent you. Well, to me, you are just standing on the porch as another slave, asking all of the slaves to have you, the slave master, be elected slave master. That's your job. And you're hosting these things and all the slaves come together looking to the porch, waiting with, biting fingernails, waiting to hear what the slave master that they elected or that they want elected is going to say because it's going to help them be less slaves. And that's how I look at it, and yeah, I had a short little exchange with Jason on X earlier this week where he was saying that my philosophy, which isn't really a philosophy, it's the premise that we are already independent. We don't have to go and get independence. That's our natural state of being. It's like when God said, "Let there be light," he didn't actually create light, he let it, right? It's like I stopped it from being restricted, right? It was restricted somehow, we don't know how, and it was let, right? Okay, so this is the same thing. Our natural state, the way that we were created, is independent. So the idea that we have to go and do something to be independent is absolutely ludicrous. You're trying to tell people that they are all slaves by nature. That's literally what you're going around telling people with that messaging, that we have to go, oh, we need a referendum. No, you don't. A referendum for what exactly? Telling the slave owner that you don't want to be slaves anymore, and that you're telling them, you're telling him, look, we dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, so now you have to let us go, right? That's not independence. That's permission. Like, if you're independent, just be independent. Stop thinking that you are dependent. And suddenly, it's funny because it goes back to the maxims, the self-evident truth. Anything is Nothing is so natural to undo something in the way that in which it was done. So that which was done through consent is withdrawn through contrary consent. Contrary consent means you don't have to do anything. Stop giving your consent, and you're independent now. But no, that's not the conversation. He even outright said he didn't want that. He outright said that. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm reading this right now. And you know what? No, I can. It's Jason fucking Levine. I don't think he actually has an intelligent brain cell, to be honest. Because who in their right mind would say, hey, I want to represent a constituency, and I want to represent them with the mentality that there's nothing they should do to seek individual independence? He literally said that on X. You tell me, like, who on earth let this guy get past 12 years old? Like, what's the point of having someone that stupid run for politics? I'm offended. I'm offended that my community thinks he's good. It's like, have you not been listening to anything I've been saying for the last 7 years? Ugh. I can prove to you with the law that a politician is perpetuating high treason against the people, and that the punishment for high treason, the thing that they do every day they show up for work, the high treason they commit, is punishable by death. It's called death by hanging. The actual sentence is, they shall be hung by the neck till dead. That's the actual sentence for what they do every day they show up for work, and nobody does anything about it.
One thing that just came to my mind, I typed this out in the chat. I was like, independence, right? I use this as a play on words. I'm like, you cannot have independence as long as you think you have to pay penance. And it's like, it's a sense of Stockholm syndrome, right? And I think you've kind of alluded to that. We think that's the whole concept, in my opinion, of the way we look at fixing our systems today, right? We're thinking that we live in a sinful society, or in that we have to pay our penance for all the wrongdoings, because we live in this world of all these rules.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and so I think it's a perfect structure for what it's designed to do, keep us all inside of that box.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we have to get rid of that concept of thinking, just like you said, and then like we take our authority back. We just have to, again, get our concept of thinking back.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it is. Uh, again, I like to use the words that Christians say are of Jesus, just so that I can
Mm-hmm.
egotistically rub it in their face of how much they dislike being like Jesus. And that is, be not of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And if you don't want to renew your mind, that's fine. I don't give a shit anymore. I really don't. But don't tell me about how bad things are for you for choosing to be in the world
Yeah, because
and
you
and
choose.
and, and think that that's all there is.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
choose not to renew your mind.
it's correct.
And that's just it. The box you are in, it's like saying you got here not because of the road you traveled. Like, what? No, you traveled that road. You are here because you drove here.
Yep.
You chose that path for yourself. The current state
Hmm.
of events is because you chose the path of those events. Welcome to your current set of circumstances.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. You tell me that I don't have the right to complain because I didn't vote. No, 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 no. You don't have the right to complain because you voted.
Yeah.
You literally said, I don't want to take responsibility over my own life, and I would rather assign that responsibility to somebody else. By the way, who you said was the lesser of two evils. So you sat there and scribbled your mark on whatever ballot it is that you used. You said, I want evil to have responsibility over my life. That's literally what you said. So you don't get to complain. No, no, no. I get to complain all day long because you're the piece of shit that wants me in your world of servitude to evil. Like, no, no, I'm not going for it. I'm not falling for it. Like, no wonder people smoke weed and play guitar sometimes with the rest of their lives because you have to deal with assholes who tell you to be slaves. No, you can't do it that way. What? You can't be free that way. What? No, no, you're not allowed to be independent. What? No, we need a referendum first. What? We need permission? We need to just dot the i's and cross the t's? No, the fence isn't even there. The fence is it's invisible. Literally, the fence is invisible. But if you want there to be a fence, I'll show you how to jump over it, but it's invisible. Okay? It's
Oh,
like,
I love the analogy too of like we're playing a game of chess with a pigeon and they just shit on the board.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
yep,
Oh, great.
that's right. Yeah. And it's or it's almost even worse than that, where it's like you're playing chess and then you're saying, "No, you know what? I'm gonna have the pigeon make my move."
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And then it shits on the board.
Yeah. This pigeon represents me. Oh,
Yes.
what part of the pigeon? The pigeon itself, or or the pigeon that just like or the shit that the pigeon just put on the board
Yeah.
for you? Your choice.
Uh,
You can be the shit on the board, or you can be the pigeon. Like, I don't know, what's better.
yeah. 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 It's actually kind of funny. Yesterday, I was at a store, and the guy at the till was joking about having to go listen to a politician tomorrow, and he's like, "Oh, that's terrible." He said, "I worked for a committee that was like years ago. It was like 10 years ago. He worked on a committee to bring accountability to the politicians." And I was like, "Oh man, good luck with that." And he goes, "I know, right?" And I said, "Especially after the little child case." And he goes, "I know." And he went in on it. He's like, "Yeah." And I didn't push it any further. But I'm A, surprised he knew about it, but B, I'm curious whether or not he knows the rest of the story. Because the rest of that story with the little child case is that the judge said that there is no legal obligation for any politician in any level of government to represent the people. So everybody's going around saying we need these people to represent us, and literally the judges have said no, they don't have to do that. And in fact, when you hold them to account, He even said politicians ought to be able to fulfill their duties without being held into account anywhere except Parliament. So they just hold each other to account. They don't all you don't get to hold them to account. That's the court. That's not me saying that. That's not my opinion that Canada is set up that way. That is a Supreme Court ruling when the people got mad at their politician for voting yes for the GST. They said, we don't want the GST and we want you to vote no for the GST. And the politician voted yes. And so then they took him to court. And the judge was like, what are you doing here? You don't get to do this. This isn't a case. The guy did his job. He served exactly who he gave an oath to serve. You, constituents, if you don't like it, vote him out. That's the only thing you can do. Just vote him out. No. Don't, whatever you do, don't build your own government where you make the terms and conditions on how they are to behave as representatives. No, don't do that. Just vote someone else out. Just vote them out. Keep the position that's capable of making your life miserable and just change who sits in the seat. Don't change what the seat can do. Just pick someone better.
Like the